Buck O'Brien with the 20, and shotgun on the field, Kenny St. Germain with car 8. Here they come, off turn number 4, round 1 for the J&S Steel Sportsman cars is under green as we kick off another Saturday night of short track racing action at the Big A, and they're already 3 wide towards the back of the pack. Different strategies will be employed in this event tonight. Some guys will get after it right from the drop of the green flag. Others might try to be a little conservative. Look at the back of the pack where they were almost 4 wide for a second. Robin Wood, Jamie Begor, Nick Haywood running 3 wide. Begor trying to get to the inside of Chris Frenier out of the back of the pack. Out front, it's Travis Bruno with a 33. Here comes Rick Frenier looking to the inside into the third turn. Frenier trying to take that top spot away from Travis Bruno. Off of turn number 4, down to the stripe. And it is just about dead even. It looked like Travis Bruno by inches hanging on to the outside. Frenier is sideways into turn number 2. Ben Huff goes to the top of the racetrack. Travis Bruno goes back to the lead. Frenier runs second. Ben Huff runs third. Dan Sullivan is fourth. Bill Twait sideways with a 69. Also moving on the outside, Mike Shagnon with the 86. He's actually losing spots. Sullivan has Twaits right on his back bumper. Frenier back after the 33 for the lead, but again, you can see the rear end of that car just kick out as he will perhaps lose a spot to Ben Huff in the 29 who's right there. 3 cars battling for the top position in round number 1. Off turn 4, Travis Bruno was sideways off the 4th turn, still showing the way. On the inside, Rick Frenier in the 77. Here's where Frenier's been in trouble. He has not run well off 2. That's the best run he's got off the 2nd turn. And look, he takes the lead away down the backstretch. Even into the 3rd turn, Rick Frenier nosing ahead off turn number 4. He's the new race leader. Ben Huff trying to go with him on the inside. Frenier leads. 2nd was Bruno at the line. Huff ran 3rd. 4th was Bill Twaits. Twaits has room to the inside of Ben Huff off 2. 3 wide down the backstretch for the 2nd spot. Bill Twaits trying to get to the inside of Ben Huff, take that 2nd position away. And here he comes through on the inside off the 4th turn. Bill Twaits goes to 2nd. Ben Huff back to 3rd on the outside. Travis Bruno is 4th. Tried to get the car down in front of Dan Sullivan. Sullivan had to get on the binders. Had a little piece of contact with the 33 as well. Tyler Terry had to get on the brakes. Look out, the 33 is up in the bunker. He's sideways, coming back down on the racetrack. Just missing the 86 of Mike Shagnon, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. Rick Frenier shows the way through 6 laps. Ready to get on the hammer again. Here they come. Off turn number 4, down the front stretch. Racing again are the J&S Steel Sportsman cars. Bill Twaits from the outside trying to take the lead. Twaits has the lead at top turn 2. Frenier slides up the racetrack. The leader is Bill Twaits with the 69. Dan Sullivan looking to make a move with a 3 car. Hanging on to the 2nd spot is Frenier with a 77. Ben Huff runs 3rd. Dan Sullivan in car number 3 running 4th on the outside. Tyler Terry in the 44 runs in the 5th position. Then it's Sean Duquette in the 18. The 39 of Bill Sawyer, the 20 of Buck O'Brien, the 61 of Robin Wood. Some good cars running in that pack as they run side by side for position. Ben Huff is racing in the 3rd spot. Tyler Terry is thinking about 3 wide down on the inside of Huff's car along the front stretch. He'll have to get on the binders. They run side by side right in front of Terry in the 44 and the 18 of Duquette. Now Huff pushes up the track. The 44 trying to get to the inside, can't quite get there. Ben Huff running well, using a middle line around the track. Again, almost making contact with the 3 of Sullivan. That time off turn number 4, Huff was a little sideways, and Sullivan gets good bite off the top of 4. He had 3rd at the stripe. Contact over in turn 2. Again, the 29 pushes up the racetrack. 4 wide down the backstretch. Tyler Terry, there goes Dan Sullivan, sliding with the 3 car. Sullivan spinning right in front of the field. Robin Wood to the inside. Jamie Begor goes flying up and over one of the tires, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. From the back of the pack. Still a lot of racing to be done tonight for the sportsman cars. Green flag. Tyler Terry works on the outside of Rick Frenier with a 77. Frenier wanted to get that car down on the inside, trying to hang on to the 2nd spot, but Tyler Terry wants to run, and he's going to run on the top. The 69 of Bill Twaits shows the way. Here comes Tyler Terry taking it right up against the wall as they're halfway in segment number 1. Almost even at the stripe for that 2nd spot. Billy Twaits in the 69, Rick Frenier pushing up the track of that 77. You can see the rear end kicking, and the 44 drives past. Here comes Buck O'Brien working on the outside. He's trying to get to 3rd. Ben Huff in the 29 on the inside. He's trying to come through as Buck O'Brien goes to the 3rd spot. Bill Twaits leads. Tyler Terry runs 2nd. 3rd is the 20 of Buck O'Brien. In the 4th spot is the 77 of Rick Frenier. This could be Harry going into the 3rd turn. Sean Duquette backed out with the 18. as they almost went to the third turn, 3 wide. Duquette looking for room to the inside of Ben Huff's 29. Huff hanging on to his position as Robin Wood on the outside is able to move past. He'll go to the 5th spot. Ben Huff back to 6th. 7th is the 18 of Sean Duquette. 8th is the 39 of Bill Sawyer. Sawyer and Duquette now running door-to-door for position. Bill Thwaites, the 69, showing the way by about 5 car lengths over Tyler Terry. Jamie Begor off the pace with the 19. He is heading back to the garage. Here comes Thwaites off the 4th turn, increasing his lead along the front stretch. Tyler Terry holding off Bucko Branham at this point. Branham about a car length behind the 44. Robin Wood has moved to the 4th spot, moving to the inside of Rick Frenier. He gets the right side tires off the backstretch. He runs in the 5th position. 6th is Ben Huff. 7th, Sean Duquette. Duquette trying to get to the inside of Huff again and get that position away. But Ben Huff holding tight to that 6th spot, at least for now. Duquette with the 18, again, can't quite get to the inside of Huff's number 29 to battle for that spot. Nick Haywood is off the backstretch. Haywood would try to wrestle his car back onto the track, but he'll lose a spot. Bucko Branham going after the 2nd position, and Tyler Terry using the low line was Branham in 2. Terry works on the rim on the outside. Even into the 3rd turn. Now Branham surges into that 2nd spot on the inside. Tyler Terry trying to come back after him up against the wall, but Bucko Branham has the 2nd spot. Bill Thwaites leads. Bucko Branham runs 2nd. Now he'll drift up in front of the 44. That breaks some of his momentum. And the 61 of Robin Wood is trying to close in on those 2 guys as they run in the 2nd and 3rd spots. 2 laps to go for Bill Thwaites. Thwaites leads. Branham runs 2nd. 3rd is Tyler Terry. 4th is Robin Wood. 5th is Rick Frenier. 6th is Sean Duquette. Here comes Duquette trying to get to the inside. He will. Now the battle for 7th between the 11 of Jim Bushy and the 29 of Ben Huff. White flag for Billy Thwaites. Bill Thwaites is on his way to scoring the win in segment number 1. Down the backstretch, he's got a comfortable lead. He's got turns 3 and 4 to negotiate. Bucko Branham is far off in the rearview mirror, and Bill Thwaites is going to win segment number 1. Bucko Branham 2nd, Tyler Terry 3rd, 4th to Robin Wood, 5th Rick Frenier, 6th Sean Duquette, 7th Jimmy Bushy, 8th to the 29 of Ben Huff, 9th to Bill Sawyer, 10th Mike Shagnon, 11th to Travis Bruno for Stan Prespair. All right, here they come off turn number 4, green flag. Bertiome in the 1, K.A. in the 18, McGrail in the 10. Look at Tesser fly on the top of the racetrack as he's going after Mike Rio for that 4th spot. Right now, Martinois biding his time a little bit. He sits in the 6th position, running on the inside. We'll see how long he waits to make a move. Oh, look out! The 49 of Tesser dug into the racetrack. That sent him off the top of turn number 1. That car darted right and headed off towards the guardrails. All right, a couple of Quebecois on the front row. Bertiome, McGrail, here they come. Off of turn number 4, green flag. Bertiome coming to take the green flag, drifted way up the track in turn number 4. McGrail had to get on the binders. McGrail had pretty good momentum, and he was wheel-to-wheel with him coming off the 4th turn, but when the 1 drifted up the track towards the wall, McGrail had to keep it smart, got on the brakes, and he'll run in that 2nd spot. There goes Martin Roy around the outside of Chris K.A. He goes to 3rd for Gamache Truck Center number 90. K.A. running in the 4th spot. 5th is Mike Rio with the 02. And running in 6th is Mike Wells with a 76, and it's Craig Ormsby with a 0. McGrail sizing up the 1 of Bertiome. 3 Quebec drivers, Bertiome, McGrail, Roy. As McGrail peeks to the inside, Bertiome's car drifts up to the wall off the 4th turn. If McGrail can get a good run through 3 and 4 and get to the inside, he'll try to take that spot away. Bertiome maintaining a 2-car length advantage McGrail with a good line down on the inside, hugging the bottom of the racetrack, but can't quite get to Pierre Berthiome's number 1. The 90, though, is in the mix. He looks to the outside of McGrail off turn number 2. They'll run wheel to wheel down the backstretch into the 3rd turn. Martin Roy taking 2nd on the outside. Here comes McGrail back after him, can't get there. Now Roy will look to the outside of Berthiaume into 3. Berthiaume drifting up the track down the backstretch. Martin Roy will follow him, now back to the outside in 3 and 4. They're almost even to the 4th turn. Again, Berthiaume will take that higher line up towards the wall, cuts the momentum on the 90 car. Roy getting a good run into turn number 2, uses up that right rear a little bit, trying to pull even down the backstretch. Again, he's to the outside in 3 and 4. Here's where Berthiaume pushes up the track. No, that time a better line for Berthiaume. 1 lap to go. Can Martin Roy make it happen this time? Final lap off of turn number 2. Berthiaume pulls away again. A car length separating the 1 and the 90. Here they come off of turn number 4 down to the checkered flag. Pierre Berthiaume holds on for the win. Martin Roy 2nd, Pat McGrail 3rd, Mike Riel 4th, 5th to Chris Kaye, 6th to Mike Wells with a 76, and then it's Craig Ormsby with
slow pace as they come off turn 3, head into turn 4. Now Chris and LaFountain stand on it. We are underway. And the C parts, and Curtis Seymour takes advantage of it. Up the middle, the challenge on the outside, 4 the lead up the backstretch. 4 wide, 5 wide up the backstretch. Holy cow. Look at this. LaFountain's going to have the lead. He's going to go from the last row to the front row in 1 lap. Holy cow. Jamie LaFountain leads the way. Chris Clark and Curtis Seymour battle together for the number 2 spot. Collins is 4th, and the turn is 5th. Jenkins moves into the 6th spot on the inside in a battle of 33s. Jamie LaFountain opening up on the Chris Clark 77. He's got 4 car lengths now. It's another 4 back to the 357 of Seymour. On the inside, here comes Andrew Bordeaux in the 08. He's going to get by the 02. They're going to be halfway. Top 3 cars, single file, as well as, well, the entire field now single file as they come off turn 4. 2 to go for Jamie LaFountain. LaFountain has maintained that advantage over the 77 of Chris Clark, who has maintained his 2nd spot on Kurt Seymour's. Certainly a well spread out field as they come to the white flag. 1 to go. Checkered flag coming out this time by Jamie LaFountain. Won this race with that move on the 1st lap. He is your winner. 2nd place is going to go to Chris Clark. 3rd spot will go to the 357 of Kurt Seymour, with the brown turd 4th. And Jimmy Collins rounding out your top 5 in the 02.
The 16 is Neil Hansen, the 13 is Joe Warren, and the 3 is Dave Drake. 10 cars running as the qualifier for the Renegades takes the green. Mark Karen and the 10 of Josh Allen. Side by side off of 2 down the backstretch. 3 wide for 3rd. Josh Terry in the 43. Uh-oh, look out. Bob Dragoon's 36 was in the middle line. There was contact going into turn number 3, and that brings out a yellow flag. He did not complete a lap in this Renegade qualifier. We'll try it all over again. Mark Karen, Josh Allen, they were running side by side last time, and they'll do it again. Green flag. Karen in the 5, Josh Allen in car 10. Here comes Keith O'Neill with a 0. He'll move down to the inside. Meadowman had to get on the brakes as the 60 of LeBounty drifted up in front of him over in turn number 2. That broke some of his momentum. But Keith O'Neill charging to the front. O'Neill is the highest point driver that is here tonight. He is the 5th place point man. He's looking for his first win this season, and, well, maybe tonight's the night. 3 wide? Why not? And he backed out of it going into 3 and 4, but he certainly is in good position in that 0 car. Keith had serious damage to his car a couple of weeks back when he collided with one of those big white tractor tires. Tore off the left front on that 0 car. Joe Warren's right behind him in the 13. Joe is the 7th place point guy coming into this weekend. And you could say going into next weekend as well, and this week's race not bearing any factor on the point chase. Mark Caron leads in the 5. Keith O'Neill runs in the 2nd spot now. Josh Allen has faded back to 3rd and about to be in the 4th spot with Joe Warren about to take the 3rd position away. Out front, Mark Caron with the 5. Mark also had trouble last week with the number 5 car. He wrecked in a qualifier, and that knocked him out for the night. Keith O'Neill trying to take the lead away on the outside. They'll run side by side into turns 3 and 4. Caron in the 5. Keith O'Neill in the 0 down the front stretch to the line. It's Keith O'Neill by a foot. Keith O'Neill had the lead at the stripe with a 0. Mark Caron trying to fight back on the inside. Joe Warren trying to keep both of them inside. He's just a car length behind Caron as the 0 of O'Neill starts to check out. Keith O'Neill is the 4th place point guy, and he's got 2 laps to go as he tries to win the qualifier tonight for the Renegade class. O'Neill in the 0, Mark Caron in the 5, Joe Warren in the 13, then Josh Allen in the 10, Josh Terry and Roger LeBounty in the 60. They've got a good battle going on for 4th. 1 lap to go for the 0, and Keith O'Neill. His lead is 7 car lengths down the backstretch. Mark Caron in the process of holding off Joe Warren for the 2nd spot. Here they come off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. It's for Keith O'Neill. 2nd to Mark Caron. 3rd, Joe Warren. 4th for Josh Terry. Roger LeBounty 5th. Josh Allen 6th. 7th.
Here they come off turn 4. Green flag is out. Good jump on the inside for Pelkey. He will lead him up the backstretch as the Bombers race 3 wide. Are they going to go 4 wide? Yes. 4 wide action up the backstretch. Richner's got a great view. It's all right in front of him. Ed Pelkey going to lead lap number 1 in the 88. D. That must be something on 88D. Caro trying to charge through on the inside and take that 2nd spot. He'll take 2nd. He'll take 1st as they come off turn 4, dropping Pelkey back to the number 2 spot. Bordeaux on the inside runs 3rd. Curtis LaGrave, 72. He's not done yet. He's coming back for more on the outside. He's going to retake that 3rd spot. And he'll close in on the top 2. Richner's into the 5th spot now. Josh Laporte is 6th. Tim Gadway is 7th. Halfway this time by for the Bombers. Caro leads the way. Duravage, LaGrave run together. That's Pelkey, rather, in the 88D together. As now LaGrave will take that 2nd spot, dropping Pelkey back to 3rd. Richner is now 4th as he's gotten around the 23 of Bordeaux. 2 to go. Curtis LaGrave continuing to close in on that 6 car. Caro drifts high off the 2nd turn. LaGrave right there on the bumper. Will the door open up to the inside as they go into 3 and 4? Not yet. White flag will be on display. Now the 6 car opens up the door on the inside, but LaGrave not close enough to move through. Inside, here comes LaGrave, trying to get there in time. Coro still holds on to the lead. LaGrave has room on the inside. Here he comes, trying to make a charge. Off turn 4, and down the stretch they come. At the line, Coro to win it by a nose. LaGrave finishes 2nd. It was a good battle for the 3rd spot between Pelkey and Richner. And rounding out the top 5 is the 45 of Josh Laporte.
Here they come, 26 strong, off 4, green flag. 30 laps the distance, the 90 of Martinois. He got shuffled right up towards the wall in turn number 1. He was able to recollect it and held on to his position. They run wheel to wheel through the field. Out front, it's Jason Bruno. He will lead lap number 1. Look out, Mike Rio up against the wall. Another car makes contact. Backing up onto the front stretch is Todd Orsby in the 26. I don't believe he got a piece of anybody, but it's going to bring out a yellow flag with 1 lap complete. All right, ready to go. Keep your eyes on the front. Here they come off turn number 4 on the hammer. Green flag. Berthiaume with a good start on the outside. Trying to take the lead over in turn number 2. Pierre Berthiaume in a 1 has the lead and he's pulled away. There goes Berthiaume. Oh, look out. We got problems over in 2. The 34, the 17, the CO2, the O2. Yellow flag. Oh, it was a perfect restart for Pierre Berthiaume. Was pulling away when the yellow flag came back out. All right, ready to go again. Here they come, screaming off turn number 4. Green flag. Bruno on the inside, Berthiaume on the outside, going to the point. The 623 drifts up the track. Look out, Pat McGrail off into the bunker, rolling, losing many spots, comes back out on the track. The 623 drifted way up the racetrack, right in front of the 25 of Max Vienne, who had a real good run going off the top of 2, and that boxed everything up. Berthiaume down the backstretch into 3. He's got the lead. Jason Bruno running in the second spot. Again, taking it right up against the wall, trying to use up every spot on the track, maintain his momentum. Third is Max Vienne. Vienne looks to the inside. Can't find running room to the inside of the 623 to get that second spot. Again, he looks to the inside along the front stretch. Pierre Berthiaume is checking out. Meanwhile, Martinois has gone to the rim. The 24 of Patrick Dupree is going with him. He'll be impeded a little bit, though, now, as he's got Andy Haywood in front of him on the outside. As they run in the middle of the pack, keep an eye on the 90 and the 24 as they try to slice and dice their way to the front. Out front, it's Berthiaume in a 1. The 623 of Bruno still second. He's got second now by a couple of car lengths over the 25 of Max Vienne. Then a good gap back to Dan Brown, who runs 4th in the 40. 5th is the 26P of Mike Finney. Running in the 6th spot is the 78 of Vince Quinville. Quinville moving towards the front. There goes Martinois around Andy Haywood. Martinois trying to sweep the week. He's looking for his 3rd win in 8 days. 1 last Saturday, 1 this past Wednesday. He'd like to make it a trifecta. Andy Haywood putting up a pretty good fight against him, though. Now, Martinois is able to finish him off on the outside. Martinois is up to the 7th spot. He is a full backstretch behind the 1 of Pierre Berthiaume. Running in 8th, it's Andy Haywood. 9th is the 46 of Michel Vienne. 10th is Patrick Dupree. The pistol looks outside of Andy Haywood and the 46 of Michel Vienne, thinking about a 3-wide move over in turn number 2. Thought better of it, still will run behind Andy Haywood. He is boxed right now, Patrick Dupree in the 24. Here comes the 90 of Martinois around Mike Finney in the 26P. Next in line would be the 78 of Vince Quinville, although Quinville is running well in the 5. Quinville has charged towards the front. Vince Quinville started in the 11th spot, and he is running 5th. But he's got Martinois on the back bumper. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. Leon Gagnon in the 4. And Vince Quinville rounds out the top 5. Green flag. Max Vienne trying to get that second spot away from Bruno in the 623. He will on the inside. There goes Max Vienne. Martinois looking outside the 623, trying to get the spot in 3rd. Almost 3 wide into turn number 1. A gaggle of cars. Patrick Dupree, the 24. Jason Durgan, the 17. Leon Gagnon with the 4. Running in the mid-pack. Good racing action there. Out front, it's the 1 of Berthiaume. Craig Orsby's headed back to the pits. Berthiaume leads. Max Vienne running in the 2nd spot. 3rd is Martinois. 4th is Jason Bruno. 5th is Vince Quinville. There comes Dupree to the inside of Dan Brown. Jason Durgan's going right with him, though, on the outside. Durgan actually surges a spot in front. Oh, they touched along the front stretch. The 623 and the 78. Quenneville trying to find a line to the inside. He made contact with the 623. There goes Martin Roy around the outside of the 25 of Max MVN. Approaching the halfway point, Martin Roy wants to run now with that 90. Martin Roy quickly closing in on the one of Pierre Berthiaume. The lead is down to a car length. Halfway this time for Pierre Berthiaume. Lap 15 goes up on the board. Martin Roy to the inside. Off two, down the backstretch. Roy gets the nose out front. He'll take the lead away from Pierre Berthiaume. Martin Roy looking to sweep the wake. On his way. Berthiaume running second. A gap back to Max Vien third. Vince Quenneville fourth. Fifth is Patrick Dupree. Sixth, Jason Durgan. Seventh is Mike Finney in the 26P. Eighth is Jason Bruno. Ninth is Dan Brown. 10th is Aaron Bartamy in the B3. 11th is Pat McGrail. 12th is Michel Vien. 13th, Leon Gagnon. 14th, George Foley. As Martin Roy is pulling away. Bartamy pounds the back of the 40 of Brown. Slammed him in the back. And that allows the B3 to go around the 40 of Dan Brown. The 46 of Michel Vien trying to hang on to a spot. He's got the 10 and the 34. Some real tight racing in that section of the racetrack off of turn number 2. Michel Vien, Pat McGrail, Dan Brown, the 34 of George Foley. Martin Roy is Martin Roy with a huge lead, but there is a lot of wheel-to-wheel racing all around the racetrack. Bartamy again slams the 623. They wreck over the top of the third turn. The B3, the 623, look out, George Foley, Matt Woodruff, they get involved. Martin's English is outstanding compared to Pierre's. So that may not be a lot of fun. All right, here they come. Off turn number 4. Green flag. Greg Atkins, as they really box up going into turn number 1. Greg Atkins to the inside of Dan Brown. Dan Brown's car is off the pace. The 40 is off the pace. He's pulled over towards the bunker along the backstretch. Yellow flag. Right, ready for a restart. 22 laps complete. Green flag. Patrick Dupree trying to get to the show spot, works to the outside of Max Vien. He goes to third, Vien back to fourth. Dupree will set his sights on Berthiaume in a 1. Martin Roy, check it out. Dan Brown in the garage with a 40. Berthiaume in the second spot, but for how much longer? Dupree plotting strategy. Looking to the inside as they race off the fourth turn. Berthiaume hanging on to that second position. Martin Roy is on his way to win number 6. As his lead is half the front stretch. 5 laps to go. Inside 5 laps now. Patrick Dupree has room to the inside off turn number 2. Here comes Dupree after Berthiaume down the backstretch to 3. Patrick Dupree will take that second spot. Pierre Berthiaume goes back to third. Max Vien runs fourth. Vince Quenneville is fifth. Richard Tesseur is headed back to the pits with a 49. If a yellow were to come out now, it could get interesting, as Patrick Dupree would be brought into the game. But the popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Martin Roy. Dupree second, Bertium third, Vian fourth, fifth Quenneville, sixth Atkins, seventh to Michel Vian, eighth Leon Gagnon, ninth Pat McGrail, white flag out, 10th Don Scarborough. Final time around for Martin Roy. Here he comes into 3 and 4. Off the fourth turn, win number 6. Checkered flag for Martin Roy in the 90. Second, Pat Dupree. Third, Pierre Bertillon. Fourth, Max Vian. Fifth, Vince Quenneville. Sixth to Atkins. Seventh to Michel Vian. Eighth, Leon Gagnon. Ninth, Don Scarborough. 10th, Pat McGrail. 11th to Craig Riel. 12th, Bryant Trim. 13th, it looked like Mike Riel. 14th for Jason Durgan. And then Chris K.A. 15th is...
Martin? Martin, are you tired? Oh, he's tired. He's tired from going up on top of the roof. He's used up all of his moves for the week. We'll have to teach him a few more. All right, Martin is coming around. We'll get a word with him again here in Victory Lane. Martin, boy, this has been a good week for you here at Airborne. Won last Saturday, won this past Wednesday, winning again here. Has the crew done much to the race car? Obviously, it is very fast. But in the last week, what does the crew do to the car? Do they go back over everything or just leave it alone?
The crash the other week, changed the front clip, and the car is better than this week. Win 3 races, very incredible. But I'm very happy. The team make a very good job for me, for the car. And
after Wednesday winning the 100-lap race, did they touch the car at all?
No, it's the same setup of a Saturday night last week, right. Wednesday night and Saturday night. The same setup every week.
When the car's fast, you just leave it alone. And it looked like the beginning stages of the race, you just kind of let the race come to you. A lot of other times, you go right up to the top of the track. Early on, it looked like you kind of worked the inside and then picked your opportunity to go up high.
Yes. I use my patience for go at the front line, but it's the secret, it's patience.
Congratulations on win number 6.
Thank you very much, and thank you to Gamache Rock Center. Thank you, everybody. Race fan, come every week. Thank you very much.
All right, Martin Roy, everybody, as he gets his 6th victory of the...
So the 69 with 5 points, the 20, Branham with 6 points. 20 laps. Green flag. Round 4 underway. The 4th and final round. Jimmy Bushy thinking 3 wide. Backed out of that move. But they're still side by side. Oh, Ben Huff, he's not afraid to go 3 wide into 3. Dan Sullivan down to the inside. Oh, this is trouble. There goes Travis Bruno around. He's spinning. Field trying to part left and right, the 33, and many of them do. Yellow flag. Shotgun is the guy in the lead. At least coming into round number 4. He's got the low point total. Here they come, off 4. Green flag. Tight racing as they go 3 wide for the lead. Ben Huff for the 29 looks inside the 56 of St. Clair. The 93 works on the outside of the track. Look at Jim Bushy go. Jim Bushy coming up on the inside. Going right with him on his door is the 77 of Rick Frenier. Oh, there goes Chris Frenier through the infield, spinning over towards turn number 1, and he wrestled that thing pretty darn good. Yellow flag. Here they come off the 4th turn. Green flag. Jamie Begor trying to move through on the inside. Casey St. Clair's gone to the top of the racetrack as some faster traffic tries to move through to his inside. Oh, he's spinning. He went off the racetrack along the backstretch over into turn number 3. And that's going to bring out another yellow flag. On the front row, as they're ready to run off of turn number 4. Here they come. Green flag. Ben Huff in the 29 leading down the backstretch into turn number 3. Jimmy Bushy's right with him. The 77 of Rick Frenier is there. The 19 of Jamie Begor there. They lean on one another out front. The 29 and the 11 who are touching that time along the front stretch. Jimmy Bushy going for the lead on the outside. The 11 powering down the backstretch has the lead into turn number 3. The 29 of Huff on the inside. Hanging on to that second spot for now as Jamie Begor takes it away at the stripe. Jim Bushy is the leader. Jamie Begor runs second. Third is Ben Huff. Fourth, Tyler Terry. Fifth, Rick Frenier. Sixth, Nick Haywood. Seventh is the 39 of Bill Sawyer. Eighth is Sean Duquette. Ninth is the 61. The battle between the 20 and the 69, they are right next to each other on the racetrack. That last lap off 4, Bucko Branham took the car right up against the wall. Thwaites trying to get a spot away. Out front, Jamie Begor has the nose underneath the 11 of Jimmy Bushy. 3 wide, racing for about the 7th spot on the track as Jimmy Bushy tries to hang on to the lead, and he will on the outside. Tyler Terry takes to the outside, trying to grab second. 4 wide racing. They are running for the 8th position. Thwaites has moved past Bucko Branham, so the low point man has moved past his closest challenger. Remember, should they end up tied in points, the better finish in round 4 is the winner. Jamie Begor trying to make the pass of Jimmy Bushy, but Jimmy Bushy putting up an excellent fight on the outside. They're dead even going to 3. Bushy puts the nose out. Now here comes Begor's nose back on the inside. Jamie Begor with car number 19 moving through on the inside. He's got the lead. Jimmy Bushy to second. Third, Tyler Terry working the rim. Fourth is Nick Haywood on the inside. Robin Wood runs in the 5th spot. 6th, Billy Thwaites. 7th on the outside, it's Ben Huff. 8th is Bucko Branham. Branham about to put Huff back a spot. Robin Wood looked to the inside. Oh, look out, there's contact in 3. Everybody scrambles. Yellow flag. Jimmy Bushy coming back on the outside, trying to take the lead away from Jamie Begor. Bushy's got the nose out front for the point, but the 19 coming back after him on the inside. Right behind them, they race side by side as well. They'll drag race for the lead, and out front it's the 19 of Begor. Tyler Terry is on the inside, running third now, but he's got his eyes on the second position. The 11 of Bushy still works on the outside. Tyler Terry trying to get to his door. Jamie Begor trying to pull away out front. Here comes the 44, chugging through. He was sideways that time off turn number 4. Jimmy Bushy at the stripe was still in second. Tyler Terry there as well. Bucko Branham is right off the back bumper of the 69 of Bill Thwaites. Remember, Branham has to get past Thwaites if he wants to be the winner. This time by it is halfway. Halfway for Jamie Begor in round 4. Tyler Terry goes to second. Here comes the 69 of Bill Thwaites trying to get to the 3rd spot. Jimmy Bushy on the outside. Bucko Branham looks to the inside of the 61 of Robin Wood. They're racing for the 5th spot. Right in front of them, it's side by side for 3rd. The 69 of Thwaites on the inside coming through. He'll get the 3rd spot. 4th on the outside, it's Jim Bushy with the 11. 5th, it's Bucko Branham on the inside. 6th is Robin Wood. 7th is Sean Duquette. 8th is Ben Huff. 9th is Rick Frenier. Out front, it is Jamie Begor. His lead is 6 car lengths over Tyler Terry in the 44. The battle for the win is between the 69 and the 20. Now that Robin Wood has fallen behind those 2 cars, he is in trouble in terms of going for a victory. The 69 of Bill Thwaites has a 1-point lead coming into round number 4. If he can stay in front of Bucko Branham, he will win this event. 13 laps up on the board now as Jamie Begor crosses the finish line, the start-finish line, with Tyler Terry running in that 2nd spot. The gap continues to be about 6 car lengths. Billy Thwaites of the 69 continues to run in the 3rd position. Bucko Branham in car number 20 running in the 4th spot. Branham is in line as he runs right now to finish 2nd overall in the event. Robin Wood would finish 3rd overall in the event as they run. A 4-point differential between 2nd and 3rd would put Bucko Branham back on top of the points going into next week by 3 unofficially. Out front, Jamie Begor's lead starting to grow a little bit, it seems. That time barely increasing at the stripe, almost up to 7 car lengths. Well, it looked like Tyler Terry in the 44 had a good run through 1 and 2 and a little bit of bobble from Jamie over in the 2nd turn. But the battle that you should be eyeing is that battle for 3rd. They are racing for the win of the event in the third spot. The 69 of Thwaites, the 20 of Branham. Bucko cannot seem to get to the back bumper of Bill Thwaites. It's about a half car length to a full car length, the full car length along the front and back stretch, and a half through the turns. Right now, this race appears to be Billy Thwaites, but he has to work the final 2.5 laps and keep Bucko Branham at bay. Branham drives it hard into 3, closing right in onto that back bumper. 2 laps to go in round 4 for Jamie Begor. 2 to go. Billy Thwaites off the pace with a 69. Problems for Billy Thwaites as he is headed back towards the garage area. With just 2 laps remaining, the 69 heading back to the pits. 1 to go now for Jamie Begor in round 4. Thwaites is parked over on the top of turn 2, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. I believe right now, the way Tyler Terry is running, overall in the event, he would sit 3rd. All right, here they come. Green flag! Jamie Begor driving on the inside, has the lead. Bucko Branham has gone to the 2nd spot. Tyler Terry in the 44 on the outside, running in 3rd. Robin Wood trying to challenge for that 3rd position. White flag is out, round number 4, 1 lap to go for Jamie Begor. Final time around for the sportsman tonight. Begor drifts up the track in turn number 2. Branham looking to the inside into the 3rd turn, trying to take the win in round number 4. It'll be a drag race down to the stripe. Here they come to the start-finish line. It's Jamie Begor in the 19 as they lean on each other all the way up into turn number 1. Branham goes for a slide over a top turn 2. He'll end up in 2nd. The round 4 win goes to Jamie Begor with a 19. But the win on the night goes to Bucko Branham in car number 20. Robin Wood will finish in the 2nd spot overall, and Tyler Terry,
Sean Duquette will be 3rd.
Sean Duquette, according to Rick's math, will finish
Terry
3rd overall.
Will be 4th because Duquette beat Terry to the line on that last lap.
So the battle in round 4 was won by Jamie Begor in the 19, but the war of the night was won by car number 20 and Bucko Branham as he takes down what will be win number 5 of the season.
All right, no, we'll bring Bucko over this way. I know his car's down there, but we'll bring him right up by the finish line. Well, this was a battle of attrition at times tonight. You were in a position to really finish 2nd. Something happened to Billy's car with a couple of laps to go over there in 3 and 4, but you put yourself in a spot to take advantage when something went wrong for him.
Yeah, I was actually getting better, and he was getting worse, so I don't know what was going on. I actually thought about putting a bumper to him once, but I didn't really want to. I mean, he actually should have won this race, but that's the way things happen. I got to thank Budweiser and Liquor and Wine Warehouse for buying me the tires this week. I really appreciate it.
What was the strategy going into this? I think I know the answer that you're going to tell me anyways. You're going to say, go as fast as you can and get to the front.
Well, basically getting to the front, but you got to take care of your equipment also. You got to really take care of that right rear tire around here. I mean, I was going 3 wide sometimes in that 2nd segment, and boy, I was really questioning myself. Didn't really know if I should have been doing that or not.
In that 2nd segment, I remember you brought it up now. You slammed that front stretch wall pretty well 1 lap coming off of turn number 4, and the car just seemed to keep on going.
Yeah, it wasn't that good, though. It knocked the toe out and ruined two tires and rims, but, you know, car kept going, so that's all that matters.
So you've got a little work in front of you this week in the Branham garage.
Oh, yeah, the whole right side's all pushed in, ripped the bars right out of the cage, so I got to do some work.
Well, congratulations on another win. You'll also go atop the points. Nice job.
Thank you very much.
All right, Bucko Branham, everybody. He gets the
15 laps, main event distance for the Keysville Napa Mini Modifieds. Shotgun Seymour, Jimmy Varno. Picking it up off turn 4, down to the green. It's a good jump on the inside for Seymour. He will lead him up the backstretch. Cars on the move. The 0-2 of Collins. On the outside, the Archer 21. He's going 4 wide off turn 3. Your lap 1 leader, Seymour in the 35. Varno right there on the outside. They remain together up the backstretch the second time. Collins inside runs third. The Magnum 357 runs into the number 4 spot. I'm confusing my guns. It's still Seymour on the inside and Varno on the outside. They run side by side for what now is 2.5 laps. Chris Clark has moved up in the 77. He's right alongside Collins to challenge for the 3rd spot. The battle continues at the point. Varno had the lead at the stripe that time by. But Seymour has come back on the inside. Clark's looking to split him up the backstretch. It's still Seymour and Varno, 1, 2, Clark 3rd, Collins 4th. LeVere in the 5, Leclerc in the 7. They're all right there. 4 wide into turn 1. Chris Clark on the outside, got the lead. Seymour trying to come right back in the bottom of the racetrack, but it's Clark in front. LeVere now has moved up on the outside. He's going to challenge for that number 2 spot. Chris LeVere will take second, and he's going to bring Rick Donor right with him. Clark in the 77. LeVere in the 4. Donor now looks to the inside of the 4 car. They'll battle for that 2nd spot. All trying to run down your leader, Chris Clark. He's got 2 car lengths on a side-by-side battle for that number 2 spot. But now Donor is taking second, and he looks to the inside of the 77 as they race into turn 3. We've got trouble in turn 2. Caution flag is out as the 37 has spun around for David Parent.
He's got more gas than Exxon.
Back to the green. LeVere and Clark, they're side by side off the corner. It's Clark with a nose in front. The guy with the best view of this up front battle is Donor. Halfway. Jamie LaFountain now swings to the outside. He's going to try to get by the Justin Donor 1. Rick Donor still cannot find a way by the 77 and the 4. They remain together up front. Clark, nose in front. LeVere battles right back. Donor getting a good view. Now he looks to the bottom of the racetrack. Clark's in the middle. The door opens up, and Donor in the 95 will go and stick a nose in front into turn 3. It's Donor and Clark now running 1-2. Look out, we got a car spinning at the back. Fuster's involved, as well as the Jenkins 33. 7 to go. They did not complete that lap, so Donor goes back to the 3rd spot. It's LeVere and Clark down to the green. And again, they'll race together off turn 2 and up the backstretch. And Donor has room on the inside once again. Justin Donor thinking about a 4-wide move, but backs off just a bit. It's Rick Donor on the bottom, Chris Clark in the middle, Chris LeVere on the far outside. Donor has the lead at the stripe in the 95. Clark back to second. Chris LeVere still running on the far outside. Justin Donor is 4th. Jamie LaFountain runs in the 5th spot with a 20 car. Jim Collins is 6th. Josh Leclerc 7th. Speedy Brissett is 8th. Kurt Seymour Jr. running in the 9th spot in the 357. And the old man Kurt Sr. in the 35 runs 10th. Up front, Rick Donor has the number 7 on his mind, looking for his 7th victory of the season. They're 3 wide in the battle for the number 2 spot behind him, and he loves that. Donor on the bottom, Chris Clark in the middle, and Chris LeVere on the far outside. They continue their war for that second spot as Rick Donor starts to pull away. The last couple times by, there's been a different car in that second spot each time. This time it was LeVere on the outside. LeVere is second, Justin Donor third. We've got trouble on the front stretch. The Archer 21 had some problems, but he continues on. He's going to try to come back right up onto the racetrack, and he does safely behind the 33. Justin Donor continuing to battle with Chris LeVere for the second spot as Chris Clark is dropped back into a battle with Jamie LaFountain for that fourth spot. White flag is out. We've got a car spun off the turn 2. It's the Woodward 46. He's just going to go back to the garage area. Rick Donor coming off turn 4. He's going to get win number 7. The battle is going to be for the number 2 spot. At the line, it'll go to Justin Donor with Chris LeVere third, Jamie LaFountain fourth, and Chris Clark running out the top 5 in the 77.
All right, Rick. Rick Donor win lucky number 7 for the 95. And if you watched Rick's progress through the field, there was one move that he made with about 5 laps into the race where he went 4 wide, threading the needle. Rick's out of his car. Give him a nice round of applause. All right, Rick Donor, win number 7. And as I was just mentioning over the PA, there was one move in particular where you were on the outside. You went about 4 wide to do it, and you just kind of threaded the needle right here along the front stretch. And that really seemed to spring you through some heavy traffic and helped you get to the front.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, I just went through it, I guess. I don't know. It was just, everybody was just bombing right up, and it's the only way you can go is to go around the outside of them.
Again, Rick, it seemed as though the key to your car is wherever you put it, it just sticks.
Oh, the car handles very good, very good. I'm really happy the way it handles.
I know last week you were pretty emotional here in Victory Lane, and you're back here again. Win number 7 for you. Great job.
Yeah, thanks, Scotty Richner. I want to thank Watson Glass and Gordon Doyle. Thank you.
All right, Rick Donor gets his 7th victory in the Mini Mod feature event. A consistent lead for Keith O'Neill. The field is pretty well spread out. Seems to be a minimum of 3 car lengths between just about every car on the racetrack. As we approach the halfway point of this one, Keith O'Neill in the 0 leads. Joe Warren runs 2nd. Josh Terry running in 3rd. Mark Karen running in 4th. Halfway this time by, halfway home for the 0. Running in 5th is Roger LeBounty. 6th is Josh Allen. 7th is Dave Drake. In the 8th spot is Metalman. 9th is Bob Dragoon. And 10th is Neil Hansen with a 16. Joe Warren just cannot seem to eat into that lead of Keith O'Neill. It's about 3 car lengths all the way around the racetrack. Might close up a little bit in 3 and 4. But by the time he's in the middle of the front and back stretch, it's back to 3 car lengths. And Josh Terry in that 3rd position has a pretty good cushion between himself and 4th place runner, Mark Karen.
Rick, is this race reminding you of another Renegade race that you called some time ago?
Yes, the non-winners race last year.
That was a war of attrition.
It was.
And didn't Metal Man win that?
There's no attrition in this one. There's also no war.
Well, the 0 of Keith O'Neill started on the point, and he's trying to lead every lap.
You may have to start telling
Dave Drake
jokes.
is trying to get a position. We've got almost had side-by-side racing for a position. And Keith O'Neill may have to deal with some of this slower traffic here, Rick. He's running up on the back of the 2, the 36, and the 16. And that could bring Joe Warren into the picture. It's going to play a factor. This could get very interesting. Especially if they run side-by-side right in front of the leader. Oh, that's what they're going to do. They're going to run side-by-side right in front of the 0. The 16, the 30, they straighten out. The 36 made sure everything was straightened out. The 0 goes around. Joe Warren, the 13, starts to work around, and so much for that drama. 2 laps to go for Keith O'Neill. By the time Joe Warren makes the pass of Metal Man, his deficit of 4 car lengths will be now about 6. So that didn't work out so much. White flag. Keith O'Neill on his way to victory. Next stop for him will be in Victory Lane. Joe Warren will get second. Josh Terry is going to end up in the 3rd spot. Here they come off turn number 4. Final time for the Renegades. And the win goes to Keith O'Neill in the 0. Joe Warren in the 2nd spot. 3rd, Josh Terry with a 43. Finishing in 4th, Mark Karen with the 5. Roger LeBounty 5th. Very close for 6th between Dave Drake and Josh Allen in the 3 and the 10.
All right, Rick. Well, Keith led every lap. He started on point. He's the 5th place point man in the Renegades as he gets his first win of the season. And he's out of his car now. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. He's from Moores. Keith O'Neill gets the victory. And it was just a few weeks back, Keith, where you did some pretty good damage on the left front of this car. So it's good, at least from that standpoint, that you're able to make repairs and get it here to Victory Lane.
Yeah, I made a mistake there, ran into a tire, but yeah, the car's been running good this year, so I'm glad to get a win, even though there wasn't many cars here, but a win's a win.
Well, it certainly helped that you ran well in your qualifier. You won the qualifier, and that allowed you to start out on the point.
Yeah, that helped a lot. I got to thank my sponsor, Integrated Rigging and Contracting. If it weren't for Barry, I wouldn't be racing. Also want to dedicate this victory to Victoria O'Neill. We lost her in the off-season. She loved Airborne. She was here every week. And I want to thank my son, Dale, David, Timmy, and Heather. Thanks.
All right. Congratulations on getting the victory.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
LaGrave, Coro, Richner, Collins, Joyle, 1 through 5. Durvage is 6th, Cheez-It 7th, Myers 8th, Pelkey 9th, and Laporte is 10th. Scott Richner starting to close in on that 6 car. He would like to take the number 2 spot away. LaGrave is looking for back-to-back victories. Richner would like to get his 2nd victory of the season. Caro in the 6th would like his 1st. Richner now looks to the inside, but Caro maintains that number 2 position. Keeps the car on the bottom as they come off turn number 4. Richner right there waiting for the 6th car to possibly make a mistake. 10 down, 5 laps remain. LaGrave works around the lap car of Nolan with no problem. As the 44 goes to the top of the racetrack, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th will all come by as well. LaGrave is driven away from this battle for the number 2 spot, which Bill Joyle has quickly joined. He looks to the inside of Richner. And Coro will have a new dance partner for the second spot as Bill Joyle has taken over third. Six drifts high. Here comes Joyle on the inside. Will he have enough to get by as they head into turn 3? Yes, he's going to bring Richner right with him. Joyle goes to second, and Richner's going to take third as Caro is caught on the far outside. 2 to go. Curtis LaGrave has a couple of lap cars ahead of him, but they should not pose much of a problem for him, as this time by, Curtis will get the white flag. He's starting to look like the old man out there, just driving away from people and winning for fun. Checkered flag coming out this time by. It's going to be back-to-back victories for the driver of the 72, Curtis LaGrave. He is your winner. Bill Joyle finishes second, Scott Richner third. Fourth spot to Brian Coro, and Chad Collins rounds out the top 5 in car number 22. That will wrap up Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh. Sportsman Division took center stage tonight, Rob, with 4 20-lap segments. We saw the first and last one. Bill Thwaites had this race won, but unfortunately that last segment was 20 laps.
Yeah, and the car lost power with about 18 laps complete, and Buck O'Brien was right on the back bumper, and he was able to get past and eventually drive home to the win. It's unfortunate for Billy, who was that close to getting his first career victory in the sportsman class, but you really have to be impressed with his improvement over the course of the season. A lot of it has had to do with Bucko and of course the help that he has given Billy over the course of the year, but still Billy Thwaites was really in a great position to get his first victory, but was about a lap and a half short.
Shocking news in the modified division. Martin Noir won.
Yeah, Martin Noir again was able to work through traffic, and I thought he was pretty patient at the beginning stages of the race. And then once the field started to spread out a little bit, he decided to go to the outside. And once he went to the outside, he was able to pick the various drivers off on his way to the front. So Martin Noir with victory number 6, and he really is certainly on a roll. It's 3 straight for him.
9 points night for the Renegades. Keith O'Neill was the winner.
Keith O'Neill won the qualifier, and that's how they started in the feature event. And by virtue of the victory in the heat, he was able to start on point and led every single lap. Keith, 5th place in points. Not really a surprise to see him come away with a victory tonight, although Joe Warren was in that second spot. He never really was able to get much closer than 3 car lengths, so a convincing win for Keith O'Neill.
7 is a lucky number for Rick Donor.
Wow, Rick Donor, wherever he points the car, that's exactly where it's going. And Rick Donor was able to make a 4-wide move. It was almost 5 wide, where he was threading the needle along the backstretch, and I thought that was the key move of the race. Once he was able to get through that group of cars, and he was able to do it with that one move, he found a lot more running room, and he was quickly able to work outside, inside, and that's the key to that race car. He's able to maintain power around the track because it's handling so well for him. 7 wins now, really dominating in that division.
Back-to-back for Curtis LaGrave Jr. in the Bomber division, who in Victory Lane said he's better than his father.
Yeah, that was right after he said his father's the guy that helped make that car fast again, because about a month ago he seemed to be falling off a little bit, and he was a guy that was in the top 3 in the point standings and then started to drop a little bit in the points. He was able to get his car going again with help from Dad, and certainly they have it going in the right direction. Another victory for the 72.
Guess what? It's award time. Our Watson Glass Driver of the Week award this week, a unanimous choice. It's going to go to Curtis LaGrave Jr.
Well, he again is, he won Wednesday night, has a win earlier in the season, so now 3 victories for the 72. And in a division that Billy Joyle has really won a lot and has had his way often in that division, Curtis LaGrave has emerged here in the later stages of the season to be a driver that certainly can give anybody else in that division a difficult time if they want to get to the front of the pack. So good job by Curtis LaGrave and that team. He's the driver of the week.
The Freniers Automotive Service and Towing Hard Charger Award goes to a driver who came up just a lap and a half short, Bill Thwaites.
Bill Thwaites, how many times did he start in the back of the pack? The first segment was handicapped, so he was coming from deeper in the field, not way in the back, but it was pretty deep. And then he won that first segment. He's charging from deep in the field in the second segment. Virtually every single one, he was coming from deep in the pack. And he was quickly, of all the cars, he seemed to be the first guy to get closest to the front, those cars that were in competition. And that's why he was in the position to win. But unfortunately, as we talked about a little while ago, just didn't finish the job. But I think we certainly have to respect the number of times that he came from deep in the field towards the front. And because of that, we're giving him the Hard Charger Award.
Thanks to our videographer, Gene Gagne from OutsideGroove.com. Thanks to Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable and Brian McBride from Plattsburgh.com, as well as our underwriters, Ormsby Realty, and Adirondack Water Systems. For one last time from the Airborne Speedway in Plattsburgh, for Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Until next week, have a great week, everybody.